It comes with a heavy heart that I'm making this video. I've recently been alerted that of August 6th, 2026, Solariacraft might be shutting down. Now, I was very upset at this news, but I understand where the admins and owners are coming from, as the server hasn't had the greatest player base in the past few months due to numerous resets, either due to bugs, hackers, and sometimes Minecraft updates themselves. But I want to show off all of my creations, finished or unfinished, to the world, as myself, I am very proud of some of them, and others I want to remember making them. So let's explore all of my creations on Solariacraft. This is one of my two finished creations on Solariacraft, a shop. In the entrance you have vote crate stuff, stuff I found in chests, and stuff I'm just selling. In this room you have the Count armor set which I was selling, and if we go up the court stairs we'll be greeted by the 2-level fish tank and more area where I could put more chest shops. And up here on the very top was a little cafe where you could just eat and see fish. Oh, random player. Welcome back. Probably not the real flame frags, but still cool that someone's actually joining before the server gets shut down. Oh, there they go. Well, whatever. Outside, I did have a lot of plans for this sort of shop island, where if we head just this way, I was planning to have a bunch of statues over here, past a very cute bridge that I built. I was planning to have a fox statue, bear statue, some other kind of statues, and then if we just go over here to behind the back of the shop, this is where I built the PvP arena, and one of my favorite bridge designs, a collapsed bridge. As you can see, some of the ground is using the campfires instead of planks, and when we get over here we are greeted to my 2-level PvP arena. The top I kinda based it off of paintball arenas where you kinda have buildings where you can climb up into, but if we go down here through the waterway, we're greeted to the bottom level that was fully open. Perfect for kind of running around and just trying to fight each other. Then, if we just go around here, you can find a set of stairs that connects either side, where you can head back up to the top and continue fighting. I really wish that some people would maybe come over here and just check some of these things out. But there was a third plan, as behind over there I was going to kind of have a stair that went all the way to the bottom of the ocean so that people could park their ships. Oh, Powder! Hello! They must be a person who just tried to join. Okay, let's go across one of my favorite bridges I built. I've grabbed schematics for most of my builds, and if we go along my path, I've kind of given up removing the snow. As you can see, it's very just a tedious thing. But if we continue over here, we can actually see the castle. Odd. Odd. Very odd. But yeah, if we go around here, we can see the castle. Now, this is my biggest unfinished build. The plan was for it to be 4 levels, and I only got 2 built. Not everything in here was designed by me. That chandelier was not. This throne room was. Very, very proud of my throne design. Now, if we just go a little to the left, we'll be entering the library where I wrote nearly all of these books. Just over in this little back section. Skulk Bloom Adventures, that is my other series. You can feel free to just sit here and read the books. Feel free to just pause the video. But yeah, I also did this one right here. Is this the Warriors or Rangers? Rangers. Okay, this is my Ranger book. Actually, let's show you guys the entire thing. As with the Skulkbloom Empire, I kind of wanted to have 3 sections of army. The Rangers, who would ride either on horseback or just on foot, and they'd kind of go around the server, and it would just be a heck of a lot of fun. Now, the other section of army, my warriors, would go around and they'd just kind of have fun. They'd kind of be my big threatening people. I wish I could have actually gotten more done for it than I had. But I do know my main thing with the warriors and rangers was the leaders didn't have to get along. And then up here, if I can grab it, I found this in a random structure and I just took it. No idea who it's for, no idea what mod it's from, but I thought it was really cool. So I just took that, go back in the bookshelf, there we go. And then over here, on the sign, however, this is actually based off of an actual person who was in the Discord server, and on the actual server a few updates ago, or resets ago. Very, very nice person, I will say. I got his permission to kind of write this book about him, because I found what he did pretty funny. Because randomly he'd just pop back into the Discord just to be a pure-on menace to our admins and owners. I don't specifically remember what caused him to get banned from the actual server, but I do know there is a loophole where if you got banned from the server, you weren't necessarily banned from the Discord, and he abused the heck out of that. But yeah, continuing on, this was the library. I kind of themed it with the floating candles above, and then just over this way, I had my villager trading. I was only able to bring 2 villagers, and I named them Thorn and Jerry. Heading on this way, we reached the dining section. I was very proud of the color palettes and the textures I brought along here. Pretty sure I forgot to wax these 3. No matter. Let me just fix that real quick. I really enjoyed how this room came out. It was one of my favorites to design, as it was just fun. And then over here I did the nether. Don't want to go in the portal, they're being buggy for some reason. And then this room at the end of the hall, this is full of a bunch of custom armor, items, and other things. I don't have everything from the crates. I do have all of the Count armor, all of the Viscount armor, don't know if you can read the sign there, and all of the Baron armor as well. Now over here, the armor was actually removed from the vote crate, so I'm rather lucky to have a full set, but the tools are still in there. And that little green thing was Voter's Luck, which was also removed from the vote crate. Now over here, this was given to me by one of the admins who kept on trying to give me money, and I kept on sending it back, and the helmet was found in a random structure. Now this is what I wanted the warriors to kind of have as their weapons. We do have a lot of custom weapons. This is what the rangers would have, and then this is what my assassins would have, as I was still figuring that out. Right here, you'd either stand on the yellow or blue, shoot some arrows, or shoot your weapon. And yeah, that was the armor room. Now, moving on over here, these are the jail cells. I didn't put much effort into here, but I still kind of liked how it came out, even though there wasn't much in here. All the rooms are practically the same, except some of them are a little bit darker than others due to lighting glitches, I think. But yeah, there's physically nothing up here except the roofs are made of tinted glass so that you can actually, like, see in there. Because I wanted the idea of one-way glass, but nothing exists here yet. And then this was my very cute storage room. I didn't want a massive one as I didn't want to lag out the server, but I still wanted a nice looking one, so I built that. And then up here on the second level, this is where I kind of everything went wrong, because this is when I learned the server would get shut down as I was starting to work on this. But this was the meeting room, and behind this I plan to have maps of all of the kingdom's kind of areas over here. But there is nothing else up here. It's mostly just been decorated to get ready for some other rooms, some guest rooms. I was planning for this to lead to the third level, and then if we continue over here, there was bound to be more rooms. But yeah, that's all I had built for the castle. I was planning for it to be about 50 blocks tall, if not taller. Now, I never fully finished or even started a pathway towards the farms, but I do have a lot of these skulk things over here, because Skulk Bloom Empire, I kind of wanted the castle to be covered in it a bit. And then if we head in, if we head in here, it's all the same on every single side, but I planned for tunnels all around. Now, if we go over and check the farms, I didn't want the netherite, netherwort farm too tall. So it only goes up to Y300, but the other farms I kept smaller, as I didn't want to lag out the server, along with the cactus farm, as I remember one of the admins came over and said that might start lagging stuff out. So these are just all of my auto farms and regular farms, as I didn't want to lag the server out too much. These farms were actually designed by myself. And then this farm was designed by Gold Robin on YouTube. Very easy to follow tutorial and very easy to swap blocks in and out. Now if we head down here, AFK spot, and this is where you would collect all the cactus. I can't remember who designed the cactus farm, but right here this was my sniffer farm. Just a low minecarts going on under there, and these will be all of my home warps. Let's head to home fish first, as this is where I actually got all of the tropical fish for my 2-level fish tank. It came from a lush cave, but it doesn't look like there's any tropical fish in here right now. Maybe there's an axolotl nearby that ate them. Anyway, let's head to house, I think? Wait, no, farm. Oh yeah. Farm and empire just lead to 2 builds that I've shown you already, but house, this actually leads to a structure that was naturally spawning due to a mod, and I'm hoping to figure out what mod this structure came from, as it is just stunning. And I would love to kind of get this onto my own series, Skulk Bloom Adventures. Now, I wanted to use this as sort of a watchtower. Oh, hello, little axolotl. But yeah, I wanted to kind of use this as a watchtower. Is this the way up? Nope. Nope, it's one of the vines. It's, that one. Okay, so this is how you get up, is you'd go up this vine, and this is all naturally generating. It's very pretty, actually. You'd kind of have a desk, and this is where someone could maybe hop off with an elytra. But I don't think you can get to the other level unless you do some risky maneuvers. So you just go up this way. It is a little bit risky, as you gotta make sure not to bang your head on this. And do that twice, before finally you reach the top where you could just kind of stand And up here at the very top, this is where you'd find the loot for the structure. It was never really good loot. But yeah, cobwebs, shards, more cobwebs and string. But yeah, there wasn't really anything great in it. It was more of the build design itself I loved. But yeah, and then this was the other island that you actually saw on the map. They were very close by, and this is where I was planning to build sort of either the Rangers camp or the Warriors camp. Or give it to one of them to kind of claim the entire island and build the sort of meeting house. But if we go over to Empire, this is what I showed you already. And now let's head over to Skulk, as this is where I actually got all the Skulk for building with. Very scary going through here. I think I died to wardens like 5 or 6 times, as I couldn't find the shrieker that was setting them off. Now, right, home casino. This was not built by me, this was built by a friend who sadly quit. And I think, oh, okay, they have permission. Let me just remove this home. I still chat to the friend, but I don't chat to the person who claimed this. People just grow apart. Come on, what is it? Delete. Home. There we go. There we go. Now let's head to Pale, as this is where I actually got a lot of the pale wood for some of my walls around the castle. All I did was chop down one tree, get about 8 saplings, and then head back to castle and farm it that way. But let's head over to spawn, and this is what Solariacraft spawn actually looks like. There was so much effort put into these builds, it probably took them a good 2 or 3 months. This is where you kind of go to get to all of the buildings. Behind was the resource portal. Then if we head up this way, this is where all of the crates were and where you can kind of find all of the admins. And the cool thing is, if you clicked on some of them, they actually had text that you could read. But yeah, in the vote crate, the armor is no longer there, only the tools. In this crate, there's armor and a sword. Oh yeah, I can't see it on Bedrock. Over here in Chronicle, you just have a axe. And then right here in Sentinel, you just have a fishing rod, which was actually a grappling hook. Very fun. Now, these are the 2 owners, Faded Glitch and Fearful. Very nice people. It's sad to kind of think that the server could become no more. And up here are all of the admins. Of course, we have Hut Dev, very nice guy, doesn't have any quotes. Lyric, very nice gal, she does have a very fun quote. And then Quality, very nice person. And then OGS, also a very nice guy. A lot of our admins were very nice and helpful, despite being a very small server. It was always nice, because usually if you had a question, one of them would be able to come and answer it. It was usually either Quality or OGS who would answer. Lyric the Harpy, very, very nice gal, just hard to get in contact with. Now, I don't know all the ways around this castle. I could probably spend a good 20 minutes going through the entire castle, but I won't, as there's still a heck of a lot more that you can actually explore around here, including the docks, the mine shafts, that are actually just over this way. Oh, the blacksmith was moved over here. Oh yeah, reforging items. This was another cool gimmick on the server. No idea how it worked though, as I physically never did it, but I do know, I believe some other players did do it. But if we look around, this was built by Hut Dev, I think, and some help from other people. I can't remember physically who built the server, I just know it was a mix of nearly all of the admins and owners who worked tirelessly to build all of this. But if we go around the mines, I don't believe you could break anything. But there were a lot of little NPCs with funny quotes. Like the miners, as you were walking around, you could kind of chat to them and see what they have to say. They did do a heck of a lot of good detail down here, as you can see, with the mix of stones, andesites, cobblestone, and other dirt. Even the path blocks, they did an amazing work. And to think that all of this could just disappear. Even with these cranes, there's so much detail put into them. Oh, can't go that way. Thought I could this way. Just looking around, it feels immersive, it feels nice. They did a really good job on this. There's even wheat fields and other things, custom armors, which you can find around the server. I sadly cannot see the custom armors though. All they look like to me have pink arms and are very weirdly shaped, but if we go this way, we can run to see the Colosseum or the docks. So let's see the docks first, as there are some really cool little things over here. With just some cool cargo crates. Even some other cranes. Oh. They did do a lot of detail to just everything over here. It's amazing, you can even go onto this tiny little ship and just look around it. But let's make our way over towards the Colosseum, where there are actually more NPCs that you can interact with. Like this one, Farmer Greg. Oh, he doesn't have any lines. Yeah, that's fine. Then if we go past this big tree, we'll actually be on our way towards the Colosseum, which you can see past the river. They did do an amazing job with the bridges and details as you're just coming up to builds. It actually looks like there are flames around here. Oh, the warp was shut down. Ew. Uh-oh. Kid lost. But if we look over this way, there is a small little island that you could swim over to. Oh, shady woman. Okay then, you're not friendly. No matter. If we head this way, we'll be able to see some more NPCs. Cheryl and Patrol Knight. I don't believe they had any dialogue. Nope. But if we head up this way, I think there was an NPC in one of these houses. There they are. What do you say? Oh. Oh no. Looks like that kid's getting sent to the mines. Okay. Don't remember if there were any NPCs this way. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Oh, an enchanting table. I didn't know this was over here. We can't use it. Okay. Whoa, that's a massive ship. Actually, I think... Oh yeah, I am count rank, so I can actually fly. Let's see, what's over here? Okay, these are probably cannonballs, but since I'm on a Bedrock account, I can't see them. Of course. No matter. But yeah, this was everything that they built for Solariacraft, along with what I've built. It's amazing to see kind of just our nice little spawn area have this much detail in it. Like, I feel like you could almost sit and roam around here for a good half an hour. Because I don't know all the secrets, but I do hope that somebody other than myself takes interest in kind of pitching in to kind of save the server. But I don't know. Wow, that is beautiful. Kudos to whoever built the castle. That is stunning. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of me just kind of showing off what happens and what's happened to kind of the Empire and everything. And the future of Solariacraft. I don't know if I'll build any more for it, but I just know that I'm happy that with everything that I built, and I hope the server gets saved. Well, have a good rest of your day.